My name is Heather Acero, and I'm the head of Children's Services at the Rochester Public Library. And I'm sitting right now in what used to be my office, which is located right in the public area of the library. And we thought, why are we using this space for an office when we can use it for something vibrant? So we decided to invite children and their parents in to explore creativity and art in our art room. So last year we got some support from Dancing for the Arts and some other library donations, and we used it to create this art room, which has been enjoyed by almost 800 people a month since last September.
I hang lots of pictures up every time I come here. Well, how I hang the pictures up on the wall is I get some tape and my mom hangs them up with me.
Is that funny?
Words Players is a theater that focuses a lot on the involvement of young people in every aspect of our productions. We really feel that the best training for them is to really do it. So they do lighting design and directing and text analysis and every aspect of that. When we received the Dancing for the Arts funding, it enabled us, among other things, to produce a play called The Sky is Falling. In it we had 17 young people who worked together for 9 months to create one single production from scratch. They wrote the script, they created original music soundtrack for it, they performed and recorded that music, they created a stage 360 degrees around the audience full of all kinds of silent movie bits that you might recognize. The revolving door with Charlie Chaplin and manhole covers with Laurel and Hardy and things like that. And it enabled them and me to spend my time with them at a great length so that we could devote ourselves fully to understanding what a really well done original production would feel like start to finish. One of the most important things that involvement with Words Players does for our participants is it empowers them to really do things that matter with theater. That applies, since most of them aren't going into theater necessarily, that applies across the board in all kinds of other areas of things they do. They assume that they should see a problem and take it apart and figure out how to solve it and do it themselves, rather than waiting for the great wise Poobah on high to give them the answers to everything. They just figure out how to do it and do it. We started about 10 years ago with 30 or 40 kids involved total, and now in 2013 we'll probably have 300 and some odd young people involved in the course of the year in 8 full-length productions.
Playing with the Pros is an opportunity that the orchestra gives our young musicians in our community to play with the orchestra. It's important for kids to get the opportunity to do a concerto, the opportunity to play them like they were originally written by the composers with a full orchestra is a unique experience. It's a real skill-building opportunity for the kids that they otherwise don't normally get.
The arts have literally been my life for a long time. I started playing the piano when I was 7 or so, and I've played ever since.
It was an amazing experience for her. She has played with a couple other orchestras a couple of times, and this is probably one of the best performances I've ever seen her.
The audition process was, I thought it was very helpful because you had to make an audition video. I learned how to listen to myself when I play and how to listen to the orchestra, how to listen to other people. It was an amazing opportunity.
Honors Choirs is a organization. We're a nonprofit in Rochester for young people in the Rochester area and in the local area. They audition, the singers audition into 4 different ensembles based on their grade level. We have about 250 singers in our program. They start in 3rd grade and they can go all the way through their senior year in high school and move through different choirs, different levels of choirs. They perform concerts throughout the season. 4 or 5 concerts throughout the season, and they carry out some outreach programs like music in the schools. And they do some touring as well. Usually our high school tour will go abroad, or we just returned from New York City. They sang at Lincoln Center on Avery Fisher Hall stage. The younger singers tend to do tours locally in the area here. We also have a Boys and Girls Club program, which is an outreach program. We have an instructor in the Boys and Girls Club that brings twice a week classes to those underserved population that may not be in our choir. Our performances are all open to the public, so we like to think that we provide that arts basis for some people that love choral music and maybe don't have singers in it, that they do come and listen and hear what we're doing. As a nonprofit, we are constantly looking for funding. Our singers pay tuition to be in our program, and that's what pays the cost of our programming. So anytime we can find a grant or some outside funding from the community to help us put out some of these outreach programs like music in the schools, it helps our students be able to afford the programming that we're giving them. So the funding that we received was really important in that we didn't have to raise tuition. We're able to carry out this program and know that it's going to still happen. We've been doing it since 2008 and constantly looking for funding for it. So it was a really nice way for us to be able to achieve that objective for our program.
This is a project that was created between me and Denise Rimping from the Civic Theater.
I found out that he also wanted to do a bullying-related project, and one thing led to another, and we wound up collaborating.
It tears my heart out every time another child commits suicide and you find out it's because of cyberbullying or because they were gay or whatever the issue is.
This is a project put together by students for students to show students what bullying looks like, the different types of bullying, whether it be cyberbullying, direct bullying from peer-to-peer, or even parental bullying and self-bullying as well, because I think that's a very big issue that not a lot of people put together.
We felt like the voices needed to come from people who were the same age as the people that were going to see it.
Oh, I got involved in this project because Jerry Casper talked to our beginning acting class that wanted to get a group together that was going to present something to have a message of anti-bullying.
I go to a school where anti-bullying is a really big thing, and we see a lot of presentations. And the feeling that I get, and that I think a lot of people get, is we watch that and we say, oh, that's sad. We leave and go to our next class and we kind of forget about it. And I wanted to be a part of something that would be memorable and that would leave a mark on somebody.
Through my job, I used to be involved in the Touch and No Easy Answers programs, which were outreach programs that went out to the schools and taught kids about sexual abuse awareness and prevention. I would love to see this project become something like that, where it goes out to the schools and it has that impact.
We've got to find a way to get it out there so that people know we exist, that it's important, and that it's high quality, and that takes money.
Johnny Cash plays a song called Hurt. It's a cover from a band called 9 Inch Nails.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real.
It's about when someone is in pain, or they're hurting inside, or they're hurting themselves. Sometimes if they don't have a way to tell this to the people that they're friends or whatever, and they don't find a way to articulate that pain or communicate with it, they can lash out. And that can be misinterpreted as them just being bullies maybe themselves. But the fact is that inside there's something wrong and there's a conflict.
My sweetest friend, if I could start again, 1,000,000 miles away, I would keep myself, I would find a way.
Well, I hope that when we finish this and we bring it to schools, that it will really mean something to the students and the teachers that see it, and that they will want to also get on the bandwagon and get involved and stop bullying here in Rochester and everywhere that they go.